All right, pay attention to record the meeting for purposes of showing for you, but I want to for stating it's a group of principals, tutors, and directors meeting with coaches on our basis. We've given you a minute today to follow through and hear several behaviors on some topics. And I want to thank you for being here. If you have questions about this, make sure that we're able to action. Okay. First thing I want to do about is a number of the agenda requirements. But code of conduct, we won't use that for what we have as in years. Each code responsible for doing code training for their team, and then they turn it into you. You turn to since we make that make sure that this training, for coaches, athletic coaches before their first test, and sports for us, but before it will be in winners, and then we just and then this is again. Also, under training required, put coaching list. I did this hard copy. This is the copy coach that season review copy of that. Okay, and quiz that we'll hear about today. Everything majorly being things that we've 15 that are important for us to know about interacting with our athletes. Their roles and responsibilities are each one, their role and responsibility. Program management, important, how they their athlete, their personal communication. Coaches make sure that communicating with the director and principal on a basis. That is anything in the issues, there's some sort of break communication. Really that when you with your coaches. Coaches, if you just want to make that knowing communication, what do you mean? Athletic director is a stinky thing. Positive. Important for you from me that change is essential. Well, should be talking with the director, talking with the principal before that's not say they communicate with those others sitting with us. That community is essential. You don't ever get anything on after, right? Just about any student. Correct. Keep promote. Modeling is everything that you need. As a code model that we expect. Coaches for a huge doing a job at positive. Give an attention if athletes see positive modeling from skills over situations that we get into. Student well-being in there, safety has to be a copy of what we're doing. Still includes knowing where they are, about a little bit weird. But in health report, take care of areas that they're right. Do travel and overnight proper procedure. What those proper procedures are. We communicate really from just to our directors, just back communication. talk processes that you're on doing making code. We'll talk about later. Processes and proceeding in place is really the bottom of the page. I put your administrator, contact your administrator, or your name, the or any type of teacher. That community is huge. And then we have postman and this checklist. So we just want to remember that this is to just and understand, through that checks and see what our expectations are in line of how to act and how we do that. Any questions so far about this? Okay. At this time, I'll turn it over to Ms. to talk about
and I'm not happy to get in and get one once I take a picture of the The first one to fill out the test to be completely principles, see all of the approval. No fundraising until fundraising during the summer was not. Someone to be there to make it possible. That's all for a long. Next forms such as have to fill out fundraiser, summer students, paid, the receivers. They need to be filled out as a secretary of their profit. Our next lovely memorandum stated request to get members. They sign off yes and discuss with the done. Good standing tax department and for state secretaries. To have only have time. Then this is the responsibility to contact change. I'm only going to have it. Next, have the samples available inventory. Just having inventory, uniform, equipment, relation, hope having any left over. That has to be and needs to be secretary to pay. This is their daily support code. And lastly, I'm just a little in this department string. It is make one source order for 5,000 overnight and for 5. And next is really competitive. I think probably only the high school and those high dogs of all those environments. So print a manual to have her or go in order thing, telling you what require item it has to be all of the vendor service or any can be paid. You guys have
Sure. We'll move on from
where I knew it and then not, but in received one of these, I will be on the these to be emailed to the principal secretaries and for your director. First page is regarding volunteer. Coach Crosby is the coach. For that must make it to make a request to me, anybody to the president, and it's up to the president's side, I guess, with this person hearing our schools. They would be responses, only but somebody do not know that I don't contact. So please or to the product, make sure it's some confirmation or not going to reach out to this. Volunteer code, the professional certificate, so they may be on permanent teaching, as also did a long-term student, also free for code without having courses. Restricted and not coached. We got the men as being approved. They are substances they not coached without courses. WBSC. Service don't have to have the courses for the individual as well. Employee is qualified to be a capacity or higher. Of course, last option is training. They are responsible looking up with the next is registered for staying. For that agent. Please, comedian volunteers that don't meet one of those, they have to commit to be and if you are have any names, find it out where you sit in the end to be process because they can see a lot in anybody trying to prove for a tier and get things and have them in the way to be a coach and classes fun. So make sure that you can see any one of the events. If they apply for a coaching do this of education, I have that information. I will do that process. But they have to do coaches course that doesn't apply to a coach to be the state that they can be used. I'm happy to any of that process is. Your coach must have CPR certificate prior to approved. So if you have several in your school years and again you volunteer coach, you're not automatically approved. They have a CPR offer for us. So that is a requirement to do the certification in that. And so I've been for the CPR certificates. I think for some ways that this went to athletic beginning of this. I now have a box with approving donations to say they have the work. So if we were to do that, there's certain because to play off find out that they have into the egg. So that's why I've been held CPR disability. Once the process is complete, we're good to go. And the full approval email with the date. I've sent those this morning that I go on late on Friday or on my short. And everybody's sent up to today. And it was a nice feeling. They're always starting to today. We worked really good to get every process through start renewing to get it so that when you're for a volunteer, we're information on the copy and get them to start making. If you do that, they'll be into the tools today. I said today, on Monday, the list is fruitful, and they can decide if the board has to do. And if there are issues following, but if I now and says to go to that, then they can start next personnel with that as well. Your coach to recommend just because coach 12 basketball. They have to be regular practices every year. Since that we I checked, it was we so many years were years. Find out renewed their certificate first. Multiple of those. So every I go about all volunteers, Saturdays, I keep them on my feet because we sit in it probably. But I go holiday and prior and wait to get the new direction. Because they did it last year, that are approved this year. Those requests have to be annual or volunteers. So the way we have current coaching to get off the state part of education. And it's the next page you'll see Athens. This is for our coach. Coaches are to have up to they are for certificate. Talking about years, it's hard. Everyone have it. This is a way that coaching training. It is ER for coaches. Learn. It's a fun course and take long. It is not for that. However, having trouble with that, the department tab, and I'm seeing those are good for a year. First started, they basically went for 2. Most are cards out in the world are for 2 years. But they happen in an June school year. So if you want in springs and once here and east with football, they do this our coaches all do this state. It'll run you to 30. If you take it'll 30. So there's 5 places that if it is the learns it expires every year 30. And that's really what the coaching system do is well. They all want you to do 30. Just certificates and the coaching today. One that I have to keep up is making sure my certification is up today. I've just right now done another course to renew a certificate or teaching set. Right now they're eligible depending on policy. So then they'll be important to somebody's doing in terms of stuff. Those are your certificate. Renew 30 that they expire. They're eligible for codes until renewed. See here. All of the coaching sets expire 30. In another reminder, I have a coach just or maybe yes, maybe do I don't know. You may be on your school for goes out. If you see a reminder, your coaching certificate. Whatever you on for teaching certificate, make sure that are on June 3rd. It seems like a little more practice. This is like say seems to be mixing all the place or it being like that. If you have a football camp on and it's the 5th to record, and then they test after reading it. Have an AD principal reading the coaching group. I'll get you all in under the post on this year. And they did that times, and then they help with the press. But you are is not heard from. The email and I see the principal athletic director for the interview them. Sometimes I knew because then that's okay, but they can't look at anything. Now that room is much appreciated. About everything up to the CR and machine certificate or certificate we're using has to be up to date for their tools to be. Just we have a furniture that's footwear 35 while I came on the field. It's not work, and they can continue for that and improve what we're going to do. So we're making changes or have other routines and certificate involved with this thing.
Right, to do that, in an depth, we just chip turns of the sort of this, one is to turn talk to you is live, and if something occur happen, student get to turn like that, somebody been impressed, that fonts live with, and you have to get them in case Roger Hilton come, involved like that. When she says that, it's not just we're sitting around about. There's a lot of layers. Having people that have success, beautiful.
Correct. And before that, we did have the goal 7-year sin name before tier code. I was able to reach that. I left messages. They were never that goal. Let them go ahead first, and then they good, and see if they get it, and that we person. And I'm like, this is who was, and that said, well, we got to you. And I said, I never get anything, I never heard. It's work. You can get it in trouble. Importantly, we want to make sure that our kids are people that prove that have proper certifications and are on file. Market safety, that's what we do. So we have to get sick of sometimes and people over. So that I see and heard from seeing the girls and reaching out. But just in the email, and they're good as well. Let's see. Our principal, athletic reaching out to their coach, their volunteers for our appreciating so much. When you all do that, I don't know, I continue to remember them, or I have and they wanted it. So I appreciate that. Elementary middles, if you can put me on who he is, cool. West, who knows, and I know this school, but that in basis here as a big middle school, around. So I'm doing some of the prior to this. I didn't know that the elementary school athletic drawer. I never really necessary, but it is again. I'm trying to revisit the true. Sometimes I put it direct contact where they want to like to go with it when I'm needing help. So it is what I have process and our minutes. Yeah. You're grade there. It's the read is I wouldn't think it's necessary one schedule. I don't know if maybe your coach or if a person that there's one that does that acting and if that then that's fine because you girls and cheer. So it's not another school. Does anybody question? Hey, so much. Let's get and then keep it our schooling, keep it our coach, and go. Thank you.
Let's back up. First, from like you don't know me, right? Can you ever tell me where to put it? Always out the sound boy. Sound boys. Go back. Second quick. Somebody give you take away the section. Quick take from finding. And some paperwork, right? Lives. How about away from this section? CPR. On to bed. Very good. I want to talk briefly about policies that in Miami can. Every in the state has employee code policy. Every county hired by state have an employee. Every county does have athletic code. So Miami was the board that they would made an athletic code of that. Some wonders, both of those. Those are two huge policies in our board as all our schools, with our coaches, with our teachers. Expectation is the follow that and the conduct, coaching, and coaching follow athletic conduct. I've made, with the help, we've talked about our principals yesterday, counting those two pieces together and give more points of that. I'm going to send this power and give that because I'm volunteering and wanting to give. But these two things, and I won't go and read to you. Integrity, fairness, respect, proper conduct on the field. And this, again, traveling back from again, those expectations, the model expectations of how to, show that as the after of conduct is into a little more depth of actually has and it's important for you to see that in that policy that has what is it student asked, as what is it what is it expected administrator has, what is it of coach within that avenue of conduct. And again, I won't go through for word the high points. Make sure that rising and going is setting positive for that. Our student athletes are first, right? Their student have a lot, and I don't want to name on the teams, but we can see some bias and talk about some of the greatest our athletes accomplished. And that does start, that doesn't just because of the city. Angel flex today. It's thousands of flex now. Flex that years ago existed around flex that for you've been for long you've seen the old version and maybe the way that it is now. It's just that hard of what we're doing. But these really on setting a positive, being a model for one of our students to their content. On the page, just check. I think this fits really closely to value remote there. First, you'll see this academic. The next one is attendance. I think this principal series that there's I think everything we can promote the able to put first. Policy ask us, require us to make priorities, not just to make how we conduct ours. It's about those high issues for student athletes. You know, I'm coaches right now, our sixth room, that have had success student athlete in mind, that you expect those eyes you expect out of your school. Officially anything wrong, and everything wrong. Just we don't make mistakes. All my coaches are like, "Mom, we talk." There's things that we fully we get yourself I think our athlete what that's doing. They will see. Official, ever thought the call? Playing that behavior coach of what we want our athletes. Expect for perfect behavior to get in your as administrators. Interact with their athletes against track profession, maintain the things of those pieces. Are we in creating environments? That mean you put your kid up? No, that doesn't at all. Kid be cut. We need to set. We have to do that we're being positive around things. Careful behavior. Mr. Williams talked about social media as school, as parents, athletic director, secretary, superintendent. What we on social comes in us. Our coaches are saying a lot. Our lots of our following coach on media. And Chip Williams control. They're on social media looking for at times to be able to keep your positive out. So, setting example policy, got that and rules. Well, creating that's key. We want that in on play well. To be a major again, it's not saying our kid if we're as an employee, you know, if an athlete are saying on the field that they need, that's part of good coach. You video, you practice, you see, but keep it professional to do those coach students without I've seen it both time and growing as a kid, as a principal, as a kid. I've seen seen both of the so some ways that we cultivate respect that falls with seeing this that together. Walk that. Come up, kids, kids throughout. We're lucky to have athletic in our school. You find that ball you'll spot the difference between there's school, but our student leagues, but they're prefer. Okay, keep that back burners. There's first. It's not just the game, not just those wins and losses. Now, we're getting super good people. Our name is super, but it's about a lot than that. I remember some of my fond memories in high school stuff that I've had. I was blessed to really get into well. A lot of teachers, role, coding directors left an impression on life. Wouldn't be standing to you today about policy, procedure, and how much love to give if it weren't for the model to me. So I'll give you out this just a quick slide that we would like for you to coach. Any questions athletic on the this time, I'll turn to Jeff Hill. Talk about emergency.
Okay, so your emergency plans, those planned before your practice. I know to figure out how kids are having emergency or come back to your plans are due before your practice to your director. That should all be community and practice teams. You go through also be your emergency plans should be your athletes. The grant and then the grant email that to me or the director. It's a good job on my head and make all those plans. All right. You should all know your AEDs are in school. Okay. Ladies, schoolhouse. You should know where they're at. It's right. Some minutes about here, about what we need from the mud.
With the high we have space for one time that we need to way that can check and turn to me as no because the next was. So what I like you to do is the mode is really with your answer. They can have because they need season to start, then at the season turn it in and so much better track that we do not that we have mobile aids in use that we are having a hard time finding in the past. I've tried everything possible. So we're in the process of the great. We know cardiac toxins. We know ZAR they need to be reversed. Okay. And while we're about things, of course, just coaching to do the complete training, but also that your employee is like sure. So if they do the same, they can utilize her. So what we do was pages of under vector section of the deck. And the only we really have part of the capacity because that comes to state last the late opioid awareness and principles I have gives to you principles so they use that as their training. We pretty much have to just maybe we have pages in this. Pretty much for one hand, all yours can be construed because there's pages. But most I want you to go over with employee, but especially that can access this number, there will be this take care of that.
Just to add for the active training, all right, we all have your crisis plan. If you're coach at your school are not familiar with your crisis plan, you should do that plan with them in case they're all right. Shoot, lock, or tornado, all should be covered with that. So they're not
and somebody might get away from minutes.
The actions must be completed with the practice.
All right. I'll introduce to talk to us about things.
Say if you especially at lunch. Since I usually go a little, I'll try to keep it around. Okay. All right. Where I thought of just refer to Darren's meeting. Person of the resolve. These anyway, I was just serious. Y'all, everybody fights yourself or kid during the season, during all seasons, but during the absence, give a lot of your time, your life, and so you for that. It's very important, kids, having people lives. So much for that. Started off about the process making team. Some of the things ended up here when they come to first stages, coaches. Another thing that really causes the mobile is if they can't show here. If a coach shows out well, here's the post or whatever, they well, you didn't make a why. They just what we will do is make sure all coaches that are some form to some team like cross everybody. Football doesn't have to do the teams you own on the slot. You be able to experience. The child not being. You can have some proof where you set up parents can see that's really necessary point to say here's where they don't need to show the other students, but here's your wisdom, your help. That's a lot. Also, when they're out to take off and us, third or trial cross, all help. Coaches just get situated, they may not like the pain of us to hang out and get it that they would have. They just choose team play for their team. So we don't buy so that even the way. So for them to have unbiased that will choose players. It's a panel that you help invest in their video one panel. I didn't know, but
yeah, as long as just safety preventing, it would not be there.
And so we're in that situation for the chat. It's sport, not really like talking about child ability or anything like that. It's still very sensitive to the child. From some team growing up, I wouldn't want to go out and say, good, shoot. He's on the court that you play at. It's no business. So keep that in. So about that, community, the key, don't base back that like kid, gosh, kid that can score 6 games and back, but had to get more. If they're following rules and trouble, then don't play with you like on there here. So often, some of you are very different at this, but in my world, what I've seen is success, hit it as you can. Don't let it, if you let it, hit it face where you get home. Okay? They're going to cook Facebook or coaches, not you guys are your coaches, but know your coach, try to get it as you can. Upset. Just sometimes that's just a ball game, and they're not keeping coaches schedule on Thursday. And I'm thinking down that Monday they come 3 days of a good call. So do it, try to urge them to get as soon as they can do it. The time there's information. Communicate them, they want to probably a whole lot of them so long. My opinion, I see that different, but I encourage it to communicate on the whole, all right? General areas. So, what I would like you to do is talk to some training about your area. Imagine that is the area of response just field, just backward. Other is so you all need to take care of. An example of a principle that we had pre-game, the GM, we had concession on, and after the people that carry the concession, some of the cardboard on the top. Concession did the dumpster. That would be man because he said I paid to clean up. Well, he didn't who responsibility that's the fair. So in that case, opinion the job say look at this area, everything's ready to go and just last see ready for that difference so then was kind of effect comes really didn't have to do with what I'm trying to say. Trying to not communicate about responsibility. What I say, coach, kind of says, let's look at college yours. We've got a handful here. All should be responsible for that about the time we're not telling the floor. They can say responsible. Who's responsible to pick the trash or anything like that. Who is has been made to take care of. I'm not saying to do it. A couple people that usually do that, but just to make all the things put it back. Next one, we had a season of our sports and we finally win. I'm happy, everybody's happy. It might And a couple of parents would be upset. Or do something about it. You just 40 nuts. They're upset. And realize this is not football. We yeah. The coach for kids, so those kids, and he was athletic talent for a few years, and it's so frustrating. It's not football, it's not basketball, baseball. They think treat it like that. So that if you've got that problem that you're frustrated as a parent, as an AD, should be seeing those through options and values. Documentation, do something to change. They're not big kids. If they're not followers that we're talking today, then there should documentation what's going on. So don't be afraid to start the conversation. Hear that. Say, well, went to 3 games. That's not wow. But if he's not being idiots, he's not following he's not taking care of his, he's not resisting. There should be temptation along the way.
Question I just they have really good at their coach, but it only takes a bad egg bunch to cause one program, school like that. I think that hurt. And Mr. Stewart talked about because on stations where the director, whether the principal, principal at school, those were directed. You're seeing a lot of time to see more than anybody else will. Being have that conversation with is important because the people coaching are exceptional people that lives and like Mr. said, give them tons of time for little pay, and if you're nothing, you get nothing all. You're pouring lives. Make sure you make those with a current path.
A couple of things that I mentioned. Schedule change. I know the thing that was past year where we had a bunch of men and all that. Principals, all principals know coaches resources in the be sure coaches communicate principals about changing patients and that stuff. So people should not get the door at any time. Things happen when principals we the person about it. Know what's going on. Coach, you are responsible letting them in the ADs. Everybody know where things are going, especially change. And then I'll going back to trying to just talk ADs. So a lot of trainings for sometimes the AD places are kind of too, and maybe something becomes make sure everybody's get to where the AD the challenge was there, making sure coach was get to where the get to wants to just take things as you're doing. Anybody have any questions? Tom,
All right. You are very, very. I just want to thank all for doing what we all kids with you, and hope that I can get encouraged
schools. There is very change to that report today. We give an opportunity to cover, and then immediately after we serve their so that they got two times served. When you do, because prior to we have supper, have practice, and then serve. Now, 15 minutes after supper, leave the snack. You need anything, please let go. One key you need to know about, and this always been for activities. However, you coaches or the series, whoever when it's served, have to ask is, do you need help? Do you need assistance with homework? Is there anything that's a need for you? And then they judge that. If you ask, they need some homework, you are going to serve as students their snack. Now, this books be adding an hour to all of your purpose, your coach, your fall, your win, and your sports. So they have 3 days. They will be bringing all of the rules and serve the secretary's doing this. Need to be trained. This is the only thing we have every year. The cooks and you sign provided an agenda. They will be posting rules, what you do on your gloves, tip food, ask do you need help. All of this will be the kid at the cafeteria line. So you need a quicker that is there for you. And just encourage your coach students in this stuff. It is beneficial. It fuels a better concern. The idea that the student out on the field would be give that so quick. The extracurricular, but not happen. It went well, it's smooth. So there be any of those things. Any questions?
For those who's dreaming about team, there's essentially like adding to training.
When it comes forward, how they give you back. I'm just talking, you can't age. I'll bring the game from where the visitors in, check. We sit and wherever we go and make her football game. We would all the day game to make sure that the ambulance would be there, that we remember they would be there. Just help with a lot. Because the news said they would do that, yes, but everything was like, and they did a lot of it.
I think they made a lot of sense about who it is. You know, it might be, obviously, it's Mike Wright, he's an athlete, there might be students that say LeBron James. They're debatable, but I think you can say the coach would. excellent. A lot out of his players. My favorite. This is true. You know, he said to me that the can change, the great coach change a lot. Everybody's sitting here, I'm going to ask that themselves, whether it be your child, experiencing excellent coach on the way. And that doesn't mean that they want to championship or one county maintenance. It means they do their life positive way. They're on down the road, you become your role man that will take your car life to because they have to do such before your child's time. You want them accomplishments in your life. Got a lot of folks in there that do that for athletes. A lot of industry look at many that impacted student needs throughout their. And as Mr. said, the work to do is off a time or little appreciation at the time. Really good ones. Facebook, no matter what media tell times, the way I recommend off. Get at it, get much in your life, pieces in your life. You don't. There's a lot of those that you can pour to an athlete. We appreciate. I love going to tournaments and watching their compete. I love them to compete championships. We have a lot to be proud of. We have a lot to the back in this county. So all is that anybody that's there's the same next we would say interacting with the school fairly. You have to be home. You have to be more. All of those procedures, educate people, love the kid, and great impact their way that I do on a race, the way that most have our lives, whether they're 60 or less. We really want to thank you for you figuring this giving up. Also, those people are going to be watching this later on and participating in additional training we might have. We really are a great time. Our coaches, our players, everybody involved does a really great thank you for lives. Anything we might about today? Sometimes you don't know your hands. You just don't know your hands. But at the event, maybe you know what the hands drive. We're probably the one competitive community. So thank you.